Hi, Professor. Engaging international relations and world politics. Actors. Collective efforts are the primary means by which people achieve security, economic welfare, or a common identity. Indeed, through story humanity has recognized that the pooling of resources and energy is generally the most efficient way for individuals or groups to fulfill their wants and needs. In other words, the weak I becomes the strong we. One is states, two international organizations, three non-governmental organizations, four individuals. Number one, states. A geographical entity governed by a central authority, the state is traditionally with and the most important of the three basic organizations in the previous list. A state takes the lead in attempting to defend the physical security of the populations, ensures the economic welfare of its citizens, provide a focus for loyalty and identity, and claims uh, sovereignty. The man's elders claim to represent and exercise authority over all persons within the state's territory and claim a right to autonomy international to international organizations. So can be bilateral between two states and the USA, Canada, North America, or Space Defense Command, but most are multilateral because three or more states are members. Examples include organizations with limited membership, such as the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, the European Union, the Organization of American States, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, and the African Union, the best now universal EO in the United Nations. A dramatic expansion of EOs and NGOs occurred in the 20th century, ranging from military alliances in the security realm to United Nations related organizations concentrated not just with security but also with economic and social issues. Organizations such as the Food and Agriculture Organization, the International Monetary Fund, the World Health Organization, the World Bank, um, no more formality in the IBRD, the International Children Emerging Fund, UNICEF, broadly being Beijing to combat the level Alfred Soap on the global agenda. Number three, non-governmental organizations. As the term suggests, NGOs are composed of private, non-state international actors that cut across national boundaries. In the regard, we identity four categories of NGOs of interest and importance that us in the study of international relations and the world politics. Private sector economy organizations. I'll show some with reserve to term NGOs for non-profit organizations. We apply is the non-governmental organizations, including multinational corporations, most of which are private sector and to non-governmental organizations. Multinational business corporations and banks are understandably primarily motivated by enhancing the economic well-being of their stock and other stakeholders, not necessarily the economy will begin of any one particular state. Transnational NGOs, or while your rather works in non-profit transnational NGOs with explicit political, economic, or racial agendas, such as Amnesty International, Greenpeace, and religious organizations whose diverse membership and global perspective make it difficult to associate them with any one particular state. International NGOs claim to have a broader constituency than men's or international banks. In their attempts to help define the international agent, they often act as pressure groups to influence international organizations or states' behavior. More generally, NGOs increase global awareness of such diverse topics as ozone layer, depletion, deforestation, epidemics, malnutrition and famine, religious persecution, genocide, and human rights in general. Non-state armed groups, terrorists, often claiming to represent a broader constituency, whereas transnational criminal organizations prefer to focus on their narrow economic agents, becoming involved in politics only when the pursuit of their ill-gotten gain threatened. Humanitarian non-governmental organizations. Humanitarian non-governmental organizations attempt to avoid overtly political roles. The best examples are humanitarian relief organizations such as Doctors Without Borders and a myriad of international programs in Africa and Asia that seek to improve the quality of life of the poor. Is if such an NGO engaged in politics and took side in civil and international conflict, it would most likely be denied access to combat zones. This and the previous category are what many people think of when the terms NGO is used. Number four, individuals. International certainly make a difference whether Manhattan Gandhi, Muhammad Gandhi in India or Nelson Mandela in South Africa, but even those illustrate leaders from the cause must be associated with an organization if the former is to be achieved. But the factor of the mirror is well individuals and practitioners can have a tremendous impact on the short term course of world events. It simply difficult to identify such individuals unit after the impact has been felt. Security, economy, identity should refer to relations among nations, people with a common identity, such as the French or Japanese nations. However, over the years, conventional discourse and come to equate the terms international with international relations. When we use the term international relations, we are principally referring to relations among states, as we believe is necessary to emphasize the state continue to be the primary actors of the world states and the central players in global governance. Managing of resolving in uses of the security economy and identity agents worldwide problems, challenges, and opportunities. Every international organization, such as the United Nations, International Monetary Fund, and the World Bank, are composed of member states. Similarly, similarly, much of international law deals with regulating relations among states. Rallies who put emphasis on the state power and the balance of the power among strong states. I think that to feel most comfortable with the use of the term international relations. In conclusion, we believe the term world politics is a more inclusive term it captures much of today's reality to include not only state and international organizations, but also a wide range of transnational actors. The phenomenon of globalization, vast social and economic global inequalities, and emerging global norms. Thank you, Professor.